Good day and welcome to this oil painting demonstration. And in today's video, I'm painting a coastal scene of the Somerset West region. And originally I gave up on this one, but a couple of months later I had a look at the painting and decided it's worth a second wind to try and finish it. So let's begin. Also, if you watch to the end of the video, I've got an important announcement for all those aspiring artists out there. So I've already done a sketch on a canvas panel mounted to board using some mineral spirits and some Van Dyke brown paint, and then started blocking in the idea I had for the sky. So originally I did a thumbnail sketch, which I then in turn first did a smaller color study on a much smaller primed panel. As you can see, I'm using it as a reference and made some decisions to add in some yellows and oranges and reds to break those darker purples, greys and blues of the original reference. It's called artistic license, and just like anything in life, the more you practice, the better you get. And initially I felt quite excited to get into a bigger version of this. Starting from the top, working my way down the canvas panel, I proceed to rapidly block in the landscape forms. However, I wasn't quite happy with my initial placing, so I ultimately had to do some adjustments, like that misty mountain peak in the distance, which I made slightly larger. I proceed with palette knife, hoping to create a more dynamic feel in my clouds. I was looking for a very spontaneous effect with lots of texture in this painting, which is different from my usual approach. You can say that for the most part, I was in process mode, and I didn't feel as comfortable with the process as I usually do. And that to me is a good thing, to get out of that comfort zone and try something new. if you keep creating using the same formula, same techniques, same tools, same color schemes, you end up in boredom, stagnating. Art is all about exploration, curiosity, and pushing the limits. Trying out different combinations of methods and color, you can broadly expand the horizon on your creativity. And who knows, you can even be pleasantly surprised with the outcome, the results. Many of my breakthroughs as an artist is born in moments like these. And even if the painting fails, you carry that knowledge, that experience into the future work. So that don't worry if you have tried some new idea or technique and it failed. Know that with each new painting, whether it's a success or not, refines the process and broadens the horizon of possibilities. I really love this part of the world, with the coastal mountains rising rapidly out of the depths of the sea. It is inspiring to see it and paint it. However, this type of landscape is still somewhat new to me. I intend painting more coastal type scenes in the future. However, I do get impatient, and this one wasn't as quick in forthcoming as I intended when I did it. The initial small study, I was excited, but somehow I didn't translate the results as quickly. I kept on changing marks and masses, going back and forth, adjusted things in this painting, and that mass of mountains was keeping me in the fight. And together with using broader palette knife strokes initially, I had to surrender instead for the controlled way of working I was used to. So this is pretty much where I left it for months initially. And it wasn't until last week that I looked at it and that little voice in my head said, okay, this one isn't finished yet. You gotta finish it. I was tweaking the small details at the time, and I just wanted to get this one done. My wind was out of my sails. Anyway, I put this painting back on the easel and just tweaked where I felt I needed to do. This time I completely left the references out and the original color study. I just went with gut and adjusted what I felt needed adjusting. I was tapping into that inner artist, that one born out of experience, that one that felt it knew what to do, rather than relying on visual references. I've done this many times before. A reference can only get you so far. Then it's time for that inner artist to take over. I was painting from my preferences and my imagination. And then, right there, I finally hit home with this one. For all you beginner artists and intermediate artists out there, I am starting a new series called Modeling and Building the Illusion of Detail. If you've been struggling with technical parts of art, getting all those details and things together, this one is for you. So I suggest you come and join me, and I see you in the video series. Thank you for watching till the end.